Hey, welcome back for Tuesday night's edition of our daily devotion at 7 o'clock. We're just having a look at a verse or two each night through the book of Philippians. So I'm really glad you've been able to join us, and really glad that you're setting aside this time, just a few minutes every night, just to check in and hear a little bit from God's word. This evening, we're in Philippians chapter 1, again, just like yesterday evening. If you remember yesterday, Paul was being really thankful because of what God was doing in our lives. And then he carries on a couple of verses later, and he says this in verse 9. So this is Philippians chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. "And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best, and may be pure and blameless until the day of Christ." So Paul's he is praying for these people, for the Philippians, and his prayer is that that your love may abound more and more, that your love might grow more and more. And he says that it's going to grow more and more in knowledge and depth of insight. So, which is really interesting. That's what I want to talk about just for a couple of minutes tonight. I've got a handful of things here with me as you've been spending these days in lockdown. I think it's day 6 now of being in lockdown. You've possibly got a bunch of things that you used to play with, or that you used to enjoy, that you used to some hobbies perhaps that you used to do, and perhaps you've got them out again. I've got a few things here. Our kids have been getting into some books quite a bit. We've got an old doll here that someone, I don't know if someone's getting into that again, but the Legos have come out. You can see a couple of cool examples of some Lego productions here. And there's all sorts of things. As a family, we've been really enjoying getting out and rediscovering volleyball just out on the lawn. The youth were here a little while ago, just before the lockdown, and they left the volleyball net here. And what a shame we can't return it while we're in lockdown. So we're just enjoying it for the month, and it's been really good just to get back into some of these things and to enjoy them and to get to, I guess, to rediscover our love for them. And it's in getting back into them and getting to know them again that we rediscover a love for those things. I think about the volleyball net outside. We used to play a little bit of volleyball when I was young, but it's been going out there and actually getting into it and spending time playing volleyball that we've rediscovered that love for it. And so when Paul is talking here about, "This is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and in depth of insight," what he's actually talking about is he wants our love for two things: our love for each other to abound more and more. And you know what? And he says that it's going to abound more and more in knowledge. But so we're going to love each other. When you think about our families or whoever you're in lockdown with, we're going to love one another more and more as we get to know them, hopefully, by spending time with them. By spending some really good time with them. Maybe you get out and play a sport with them. Maybe you play some board games, do a puzzle, read some books together, all those sorts of things. Just doing some things together and getting to know and getting to love one another by getting to know them a little deeper, perhaps, than you might have done in the past, because we're just stuck with each other for a little while here. Secondly, though, Paul wants our love to abound more and more, and he makes that clear as he goes on a little bit further in the chapter. He wants our love of God to abound more and more. So it's the love of each other, hopefully the love of your family and those that are with you, and the love of God more and more. So here's what I'd encourage you to do over these next days while we're all together in the house. To use the time to get to know our family and use the time to get to know God. And maybe as a family or as a group, whoever you're in your house with, maybe as a group you might be able to get to know God together. Spend this time just perhaps opening the Bible and just reading through some of the Bible. Maybe you've got a great devotion kind of little book to go through. Maybe you've found something online that's really great for your age and stage of life to go through. But as we get to know God more, we get to Love God more, because you know what? God is incredible. God is incredibly deep. He is incredibly massive. There is no end to God's love. There's no end to God's knowledge. There's no end to God's attributes. And so He is amazing, and He will take our lifetime to get to know. And so I'd encourage you to, over this lockdown time, to get to know each other a whole lot more, and love one another a whole lot more, and get to know God a whole lot more, and to love Him a whole lot more. Hey, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night as we continue to look through the book of Philippians. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Might see some of you at 8 o'clock for the Equip series, the Marriage Equip series. But until then, we'll catch you later. See you later. Bye-bye.